Today's guest is an outdoor enthusiast. We chat about his incredible journey and the changes to his life, both personally and professionally, that allowed him to find his true happiness. Drew details his lead into his fight at the Perth Corporate Rumble and an exciting future beyond April 2022. Special thanks to Adventure Out Australia, major sponsor of today's guest, as well as Gobsmacked and Cablewise, major sponsor of the Perth Corporate Rumble. And a warning that today's episode may contain topics that are not suitable for all viewers. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, please contact Lifeline on 13 11 14. So please welcome Drew the Machine McLaren.
Yep.
There you are, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Team Blue.
Yep.
How do you feel about Team Blue?
It's a good team. Good team.
You know, once you're, it's like a bikie gang. You know, once you're in Team Blue,
yeah.
That's it. You're in it for life. You can't get out of it.
All of a sudden, you hate red. All of a sudden, I don't know why.
How much do things change as soon as you're in those teams?
It's massive.
It's massive. And
Yeah.
Glenn is the biggest instigator of all of that kind of thing, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
How have you sparred your opponent? Where are we? Your opponent's Taff.
Yes.
Have you sparred with Taff before?
I have.
How'd you go?
Look,
He's quick.
he's quick. He looks really good. Looks really fluid.
Here we go. I can feel the trash talk coming already.
And I'll say no more.
He looks. What's his nickname? He's got a great nickname. I can't think what it is.
It's a Slim Reaper.
The Slim Reaper. That's it. Good old
That's
Taff.
good. That's good.
These fights, I've gone through these fights and I've done the research I can on these people and watched what I can. These are all so close.
Yes.
Anyone can win any of these fights.
They are. They've chosen well. I want to know how they've actually got through the process of choosing
I don't know.
who fights who, because they've done really well. There's some good matchups there that will be really good to watch.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it. They obviously, the experience of the four of them, like Joe, Glenn, Nige, Chris and Craig now, they can see it really early.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a matter of just sitting down one day and going, oh yeah, we'll put this person. Like it's a full process. They take a lot into it.
They do.
So I don't know. I reckon they do a good job. Every time I've been, they've done a great job with the matchups, and there's never been like someone that's just absolutely dominated. You know, skill level. Some people can land a lucky punch and it changes things.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm hoping for.
All right, mate. We'll go on to your sponsor, because your sponsor is, I believe, it's a business you work for. Is that correct?
Correct.
Tell me your sponsor's name.
Adventure Out Australia.
Adventure Out Australia. I was on your website before and I had a look. Your review from Brad Cooper. Not the Hollywood star Brad Cooper?
No.
I was going to say. No. You should just take that out.
Yeah.
Hollywood star. Tell us about Adventure Out, mate.
Yeah, look, it's just a really fun job. Good place to be. There's so many things that we do and can do. We experience so much throughout Australia. Papua New Guinea,
because you do the
Kokoda track.
Kokoda, I saw that. I actually was going into your adventures here. So you've got. Is this mainly centred in the Kimberleys though?
We do a lot in the Kimberley. So we've got a base up there, vehicles, trailer, support crew, and we do a lot in the Kimberley with school groups. And we do a survival trek.
Okay.
Where we take firearms, fishing rods, basic, maybe a mattress and a sleeping bag, and that's about it.
Oh, so it's really about surviving out there.
Yeah. So we take a bare minimum of food. We have to actually hunt and strip down a beast.
What do you normally catch?
Usually shoot bulls.
Yeah.
But if we want good eating, we shoot calves because they are delicious. I'm really sorry for the vegans out there, but you've got to eat.
Oh, I could imagine the people.
And we make it as painless as possible for the calves.
Humane.
And they're actually in plague proportions up there, devastating the natural setting, and they need to be culled. So it's actually doing the planet a favour by culling them.
It seems to be a skill that's survival, a skill that's been lost.
Definitely.
Like
Definitely. It
like
has.
to a scary level.
That and resilience.
Yeah.
So I found through COVID, people panicked. They rushed out and brought toilet paper.
Oh, I remember that.
Everything was
3 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 3 years ago we went to
because
lockdown.
people weren't confident in their own abilities to survive. You know, I was fine. I didn't go to the shops. I had stuff in the house I could survive for months on. I didn't have to go to the shops at all.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
great.
I'm not a prepper. Like,
Sounds
my
like you're a
dad-
prepper.
Yeah, it does.
Here we go.
But look,
Where's
I
the
was-
bunker, mate?
Yeah, but I was prepared. You know, I've got a family, fed them. It was fine. You know, we had enough to keep us going. A shop visit was, least of our worries, really.
Did you have stuff in plan in place in case it did go bad?
Look, I guess because I do a lot of camping, I have a room where it's, I grab my camping gear, some camping food, and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
Because it's my job. I have to be prepared. I have to pack overnight and jump on a plane the next day. So it's a matter of, I've got this stuff for camping. Let's just live off it for a while. And that's what we did.
Okay. Have you seen that TV show called Alone?
I very nearly.
Oh,
applied
please
for it.
tell me which one. Season 2?
Yes, I nearly applied.
Season 1 in Tassie. Have you seen that?
Yes,
How
so good.
but how bad are those guys? 24 hours. No, I can't do this. 2 of them dropped
Yeah.
in 24 hours.
Yep.
We love that show. It's so
Yeah,
good.
So good. But I had it up and I was going through the process of applying, but I've got so much going on with work, family, plus this event.
Yeah.
I just thought, no, I've got to top out. I'm going to just burn myself out. So I reached that limit and go, no, I'm going to stop here and maybe go for the next one.
That's good to have that peace of mind or that state of mind to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because that would have been very, very tempting to apply for that
Definitely.
show. It's good money as well if you win
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Do you know where they're doing the second one? Did you get any info?
I
The first
don't.
one's in Tassie, isn't
Yeah.
it? Looks cold down there.
Yeah.
I was thinking, can you imagine if they dropped them somewhere like, I don't know, like Roburn or something? Like, now it's always been cold, hasn't it? Like all the
Yeah.
previous seasons have been somewhere cold. Imagine somewhere hot. How would you go with the heat?
Well, the Kimberley's hot. We go to the
It would be
Kimberley, it's
steaming.
hot. But there's plenty of water. There's plenty of shade if you know where to find it. You know where to find the good water.
Yeah.
You won't go thirsty. You can always find food. Like even cane toads, we eat cane toads. There's plenty of them around. You'd survive
You
easily.
can eat those things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mate, I would last 24 hours at the most. I would get sunburn. I would be dehydrated. I couldn't survive out there.
I hate leaving the place. We go there for 7 days and we're living off the land, and I hate leaving the place. I hate it.
Jeez.
I love it that much. It is dangerous. It is vast. It is just, there's no one there. I love
Do you
it.
go with your kids?
I want to take my 10-year-old daughter. There's an Aboriginal community up there we go to, and I want to put her in the school for 2 weeks up there, just to, have that experience with her. Be really good.
Do you drive up there or do you fly?
We'll fly up there.
Okay, and you got your cars up
We've got
there.
vehicles up there.
Reliable vehicles?
Land Cruisers.
Land Cruisers.
Yeah, of
Gotta
course.
get a Land
Old
Cruiser.
Land Cruisers.
Oh.
Only way to go.
The old bunky ones.
Yeah, they're
They
great.
just keep going, don't they?
They do.
And you go up to Papua New Guinea as well.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Kokoda Trail.
So my boss, Terry Hewitt, he's ex-SAS, the toughest man you'll ever meet. He is,
Ever?
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
You've heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually the reason I joined the company,
Okay.
because he is like steel, and steel sharpens steel.
Yeah.
So I've joined the company. He actually has a family over there. He lives in Boona Village.
In Papua New Guinea?
In Papua New Guinea.
Okay, yeah.
And he's done Kokoda 37 times.
It's not easy.
No.
Do people, like, what happens? Because I've seen the terrain that you are transversing through. I think that's the right term. What happens if someone goes down? Because I'm guessing there's a lot of people who have retired and think, oh, yeah, I'll take that leisurely walk in the rainforest.
Yeah, look, we just don't let those people go on it.
Okay.
They've got to be fit. We had a lady a couple of years ago who actually trained quite hard. She was in her early 60s.
How would you train for this?
Lots of stairs with backpacks.
Okay.
Lots of stairs.
Yeah.
And she was slow, but she did really well. She was at, 11 the whole time. and she smashed it.
It looks like there is, just in the photo that we're looking at there looks like about 30 places to roll your ankle.
Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely.
So if you get injured on there, it's not like you're going to call in a medivac or something to get you out of there.
You're going to be carried out. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll make a stretcher. And we'll, Terry is a paramedic, basically, with the ACAS. And we'll have done wilderness first aid. So it's a matter of, okay, we'll stabilise them, monitor them, and get them out.
Okay. It seems like a lot more schools are turning to things like, what are they called, like bush rangers, or I think they're called wilderness cadets or something now, doing this kind of stuff. You work with schools as well?
Most of our business is schools. So
okay.
About 80%.
Flying the kids up there and going through it all? Or you do it closer to Perth?
Mostly closer to Perth.
Okay.
We do send 4 schools up there at the moment.
Okay.
Which is as young as year 6. They do...
How'd they go?
Oh, they smash it.
Yeah.
They smash it, yeah. It was... Actually came out of COVID, so the school would go to Canberra every year, but instead, because of the restrictions, they had to find somewhere in WA, so I put together 3 programs. One was Kimberley, one was Kalbarri, one was Murray River. Okay. They chose the Kimberley. They started Lake Argyle, beautiful campground with an infinity pool, nice grass, really easy. Gets onto the Aboriginal community, onto a bush camp, and these kids gradually build that relationship with nature.
Oh, so you sort of ease them into it rather than drop them straight in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's they come off the plane and they're missing their Xbox, missing their mum and dad, of course, and we just upskill them, give them confidence, and all of a sudden they're in this bush camp where there's a river, and that's it. They're, it's a 4-wheel drive track for an hour to get to this spot in the back of the trippy. They love that trip, and the kids just thrive. They're covered in dirt. They're filthy, but they're having the best time ever.
I think it's got something to do with imagination, isn't it? Like keeping kids in front of a computer or in the city, they seem to lose that imagination. Whereas out there, you give them, like you said, like a bit of a stream and a couple of sticks, and they go nuts.
They love it. They can be kids.
Yeah.
I find that kids are just cooped up inside on their gaming devices, and it's actually causing anxiety. So many kids we've had to evacuate from programs have been due to anxiety.
What is it with anxiety nowadays?
Look, I think it's just a word. Everyone has anxiety to some level. The cavemen, if they didn't have anxiety, they would be eaten by a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
The ones who had anxiety, they were looking around at rocks and trees going, all right, what's going to kill me? And that was anxiety. You have to have anxiety. If you don't, you're going to be, maybe not as productive as you could be. I mean, I have anxiety. I had struggled with it a lot over the years and didn't even know I had it. But now that I know I have it, I actually use it as my superpower.
How do you do that?
So I actually channel into it. I dive into the anxiety. I go, okay, why am I anxious? What is happening in my life that I need to sort out? And it could be just me organising a part of my garage. Okay, I organise that. Great, done. What's next? And then I schedule my day. With my ADHD, it's a challenge, but then I schedule my day into increments where I go, okay, well, I'm anxious about all these things. I'll write them down and I'll put an hour or 45 minutes to each one, have a break in between where I can, tie some knots, or I could sort something else out and then get back to the task. And it's good and it works.
Is it structure you think that helps?
Structure, definitely. And exercise really helps as well. So I do something every day. So I've got, I live in the hills. I've got mountain bike tracks on my doorstep.
Whereabouts in the hills?
In Roleystone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There's some good tracks up there. Some mountain bike tracks.
I've actually got one in my backyard. I built a downhill track in my backyard. And it's really good fun. So I have 5 minutes where, the kids are happy. You're like, all right, jump on the downhill bike. I'll do 2 or 3 runs. It's a short run, but there's lots of jumps and berms, and it's really good fun.
How's your body hold up to that? Because that's pretty hard on the body.
Yeah, look, I feel pretty good. I mean, I'm 43 now. I feel better than I was in my 30s.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you put that down to?
Just being active, having a good state of mind, a job change. So I think getting into the outdoors again 3 years ago, was a big change for me. I came from construction. I'm a registered builder, and I had my own business for 8 years. And I was just, getting older and slow, sitting down a lot. I was running a company, had guys working for me, so I was off the tools, always stressed, always flat out, always working weekends, never seeing the kids. And it took its toll. It actually cost me a marriage, just that anxiety, constant focus off my marriage to the business and to everything else. It takes its toll. And I didn't realise that you think as a husband, as a father, you've got to provide. You have to be that, you've got to always bring the money in. But it's not that. You've got to be there. You've got to be present. And it took me a long time to figure that out. And, yeah, it's a lesson I learnt. But, here we are. It's good. I'm happy. I'm happy.
That's the key.
It is.
Isn't it?
Definitely.
How many people are in that situation, though, that you were in, say, 3-4 years ago, though?
Oh,
so many people.
Yep.
And we put it down to we got to earn money.
Yep.
And you think of the cost, though. You go, yeah, all right, I got a healthy bank account, but the cost is horrific.
It is. So now I earn 1/3 of what I was earning, but I am so much happier.
That's the key.
I get out with awesome people every day, climbing, abseiling, mountain biking, canoeing, kayaking, upskilling all the time, keeping fit, keeping active, talking to good people, get to go to Kimberley, Papua New Guinea. It's awesome. I love it. Really good.
It's great that obviously money has a role and is important, but I always love to hear when people not reach that point, because I like to see anyone that's struggled, but when people do realise that and go, I'm going to do something that I love doing, and the money comes with it, and it may not be the same, but it's worth so much more, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Yeah, like that peace of mind, that happiness. You can't buy that.
No.
You can't.
How many people out there hate their jobs?
So many.
Can you imagine?
So many. And I hear people whinge to me all the time about their jobs. I go, well, change it. Do something else. Anything else. And they will make up all these excuses, and they'll start sounding like a victim for their job. Like, just stop complaining. Don't be a victim. Change it. What could someone have said to you? So when did you leave your construction business? How many years ago? It was actually 2017.
Okay, so about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So 7 years ago, when you were in the busiest part, the most stress, what could someone have said to you to convince you to leave and go down this path? Do you think there's anything someone could have said?
Look, my ex-wife was trying to do it for a long time, and like, full credit to her, like, great person. It just, she was trying so hard to get me out of that rut, to get me out of, this, she didn't want money. Like, she wasn't into that. She wanted me, and I didn't know that. And I was just, that anxiety around that, wasn't hearing it, wasn't listening. And that's the biggest thing is, active listening. So many husbands go into a relationship, into marriage, and they don't know how to listen. I think before anyone gets married, they need to do a course in active listening. Because, I didn't listen for so long. I was just, I would hear something, but then hear something else. I'd listen, but I'd hear something else, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I just, now that I know that, I think, great. What happened. There was choices made, and it is what it is. But, now that I know that, I'm present. I'm here. I'm alive. And that's, something I haven't had for a long time.
Do you think that the focus on money and shiny things is becoming more important to people nowadays?
Definitely.
Why is that? Someone told me once it was music. Because you think about, if you're in 40s, we're about the same vintage. Remember our music when we were growing up? It used to be, it was in the 90s, which was the greatest period of music of all time. Oh, so good. So good.
Yes, you saw these.
You know it. And, so good back then, wasn't it? Yeah. But the music was, it may have been not depressive music, but you had like all your grunge and your rock and roll. It was a bit of anger.
Yep.
And it was almost something that we could sit down with, listen to, and relate. And that was sort of how we got everything out. Whereas nowadays, music, and I criticise today's music so much. I probably shouldn't, especially when people tell me that's their walkout song. But the music today is all about money, drugs, power, and speaking badly of the opposite sex.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yep.
Everything is about money nowadays.
Yeah.
I blame music, but what do you think? In your opinion, why do you think that there's this shift?
Look,
social
media, but also I don't know. I stopped watching free-to-air TV about 7 years ago.
That news is something else, isn't it?
Gosh, because I found it addictive for me to watch the news every day, and all I found was they were trying to scare me. Then the ads would come on, and they trying to sell me something, and then more fear, and then more sales. And I just thought, no, I can't do this anymore. So I unplugged the TV. Have Netflix and whatever else as everyone does, but I just couldn't watch the news anymore. I just can't. It's just such sensationalised. There's
it is, isn't it?
It's not real news most of the time. I'll read the paper. I'll listen to ABC radio. That's showing my age now too. But if I want to be informed. But,
sport and talk.
Yeah. God, I sound old. But I think it's that. I think it's bright, flashy things come on TV. That you got to have this new fridge, a new washer, and my kids don't watch TV. But if we go away somewhere and there's TVs on, all of a sudden they want, I want that. You go, they're not watching it at my place, but then when they go to these places, they're watching it. All of a sudden, they want it. So it's advertising. It's right there in front of you. It's always there.
Do you think things like media and newspapers, do you think they've got, not worse, but they've really changed their focus to be more like, is it called a tabloid when it's more like entertainment kind of thing?
It has to sell. And people don't want news on real things that are happening, like people dying in the Ukraine or anything. What's happening in Perth? Who's this celebrity, sleeping with, or that's what people. I know that's what people want. Yeah, they could relate to it. They could go, oh, look at that. That's the news.
And how the headlines usually have nothing to do with the actual story.
Yeah.
Or they're so misleading. Perth Now, which is where I know a lot of people. Sorry, I'm just about to bag out Perth. Perth Now, major sponsor. I look at things like Perth Now and I was thinking, if this is where people are getting their information from, we're in some trouble. We're in some real trouble.
Yeah.
Where do you reckon it's going to go?
Look, I don't know.
It's got to get to a point where people just go, no, it's enough.
Yeah, look, the big issue is consumerism. People are just looking to buy the latest, greatest. The old thing is being thrown away, and I am such a dumpster diver.
Oh,
I love it.
So good, like, some of the stuff.
Look, I don't buy new if I can avoid it. I'll go to the tip shop, grab what I can there. Roadside collection. People are giving away stuff. I just grab what I need, reuse it, repurpose it, because I hate waste. Sure, I could go out and buy new stuff. Yeah, I can do that, but I'd rather see it, used for something else than in landfill, because that is just a big problem.
The waste.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's the waste.
I notice it on these programs where these school students come out with their disposable plates. They have to bring a mess kit, so a plate, knife, fork, spoon.
Okay. Is it a zero waste? Is that what they call it? Where you don't leave anything you leave behind as a footprints?
Yeah,
is that right?
Exactly. But they bring out these plastic plates that they just throw away. And we actually get them out of the bin, wash them up, and put them in the middle of the circle. Okay, look, these plates, we're not going to point out who it was, but we're going to reuse these and actually make a lesson out of it, because it's not them, it's the parents who are actually buying that for them.
Is it convenience?
Convenience, yeah. Yeah, it's too hard to buy a plate and wash it. You just use it and throw it away.
All
it's
right,
a lot easier.
let's go.
Yeah. But it's, they're going to inherit this world. After we're gone, it's their world. And they're going to start making good choices and saying to the parents, no, I'm not going to take that because that's disposable. I'm going to take this plate. It's plastic, it's metal or whatever. I'm going to wash it up and bring it home again. That's the main message which we try and send to these students is, all right, this is your world. You need to own it. You need to make sure that you can live in this world, for your lifetime, for your kids' lifetime, because it is going downhill. There's a lot of big problems out there that, again, aren't really in the news as much as they should be. It's climate change. Yeah, there's people that don't believe it, but it's real. I see it. I lived in France for a long time, and some places where we had glacier skiing, through summer, isn't there anymore. A lot of the obviously the polar ice caps, it's getting really tragic. Really tragic.
It's scary to think of where it's going to go.
It is.
And I think it's where, for me, because I was lucky enough to go through Europe in the mid-90s, best time for music as well. The soundtrack of that trip was great.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff that I saw there and I absolutely loved isn't there anymore due to either people, them building houses on it or like you said, some of the places people used to ski, some of the rivers that used to be running just aren't there anymore, or the colour of them is just like, what is in this stuff?
It's terrible, yeah.
But getting them young is good though, in the sense of you teaching these kids at a young age.
Yeah.
So you ever gone prospecting?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
That's good, isn't it?
That's so good. Yeah. How good is it being out in the middle of nowhere? There's no phone reception and it's quiet.
Yes.
No news, nothing.
Yes.
It is something else.
So good.
Where do you go? Don't tell me the exact GPS locations in case you...
No. But yeah, they're just the areas out from Kalgoorlie,
okay,
Lenora, But I've done some in France too, some gold panning.
Okay.
In France. Yeah,
how'd that go?
Yeah, nothing.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
I kind of compare it to fishing. Like people say how much they love fishing, and you don't understand it. And you go, for me, it's because firstly you're out there in the quiet and the fresh air, and everything can change at any point, can't it? That big fish can bite, or that the wobble or whatever it's called can just light up, and you go, here we go, retirement fund, about 2 foot down. More people should do it. Yes. More people should get out.
Get out there, definitely. And I think with people not being able to travel overseas the last few years, they have noticed that they can actually go out in WA and to these places. And we've noticed that a lot of the camping spots have been booked out. All the camping stores have been, inundated with customers. It's good for people to get out there to do these things with their kids. And a lot of people are still doing it. Others are changing to Bali again and doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Each their own.
Got to get your hair plaited and drink some bintangs, mate.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's it. And what about the campers and stuff, the caravans people pull now? You seen some of those?
Yeah.
That's got, I mean, that's better than staying here, but surely that's got to take something away from the camping experience when you've got a toilet, you've got like a kitchen, you've got everything in there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the latest Jayco 10-seater? I don't even know what they're called. Sorry, Jayco. I'm not bagging. Major sponsor, Jayco. How do you go? Like when you go, I'm guessing you go in a tent?
Yeah, sometimes just a swag or a mat on the ground.
That is something else.
Or just a mattress on the ground, no covering, just out the fresh air. That's my favourite time.
Fresh air.
Yeah, no mosquito net, just out on the ground.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
You sound really happy with this job.
Oh, yeah.
That is, you are in like doing this boxing. The fact that you love your job, you are in the absolute smallest percentile of people. Do you know how lucky you are to absolutely love your job?
Look, it's not luck.
I'm not saying luck.
I had to work hard to get where I was, I guess, financially. So I guess the construction side helped me do that. And then, this job, I actually, started to work for a venture out on weekends on, merging out of construction, and not really for the money, but just to get that experience up, work with other schools. And then I just walked in, saw Terry, and said, all right, what do you got full time? Let's go. Come on. And it was a general manager role that I just jumped straight into. And because of my business acumen from construction, I managed to jump and turn things around a bit for him.
Okay.
Which is good.
It's got to be hard for people, though, that have built a successful business around in Perth. Main one I know is obviously construction.
Yeah.
It must be hard to get to that point to turn that money away.
Yep.
And that's what I think a lot of people have got the drama with.
It's really hard. And I get offers all the time for jobs that, 170, 230 a year, plus car, plus phone, in PM roles where I could just, work that 9 to 5 thing, just looking after jobs. And yeah, look, project management is great. I love it. But it's back in construction. I'm taking a back step. Financially, I'd be, home and hosed. It'd be a lot easier to, pay the higher mortgage now. But look, would I be happy? Probably not. Would I regret it? Yes, I would.
So there's nothing that you think could tempt you to go back?
Not yet. I've got this job that's been...
I'm not saying go back. I'm not trying to... I don't have an offer here for you, anything under the table. But only because I can understand what you're saying. I was maybe not in the same extent as you, but I was also involved in the construction industry. And for that reason, it made... it was extremely good money. And it got to that point where I had enough, and then I just went nah, and I have not regretted it one day.
Good.
And I will never go back. And Fantastic. The people that bought the business are doing extremely well, and I'm so happy they're doing well because they're good people. But never once have I gone, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, so much
That's
better.
Great.
So much better. But I was thinking, what could someone have told me during that last year to get me to leave? And I don't know. It's like my kids when I say, get ready for school or pay attention or something in class. What could someone have told me at that age to get me to do it? Because I used to be the worst at school.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I wish there was an answer to that. I was hoping you'd give me the answer. What can you say to someone?
Look, I think you need to be ready to listen. You
That's
need to be
the
ready.
key.
Yeah. You need to not have enough of it, not, be fed up with it, but just, okay, you're in a place where you're calm, you're relaxed, take you away from that situation and just talk about it. That's, it can't just be comments fired off to you, oh, you should just get this, you should just do that, because that's not going to work.
Was there a final straw for you?
I think, I guess at the time, my wife and I were having trouble. Like, she was in a full-time job. We were doing really well, and I was having my business, and we were competing on who was busier. It was always you have to get the kids because I'm busy. Oh no, I'm too busy. And it was this constant battle. Like, no, I'm busier. And it was a stage where, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? So I closed my business down, and we took 6 months and went around Australia.
Okay.
To just to try and sort everything out.
In a troopy?
A Land Cruiser and a caravan that I modified off-road thing. It was pretty cool. And it was really good. But I think we got back and I decided to jump into the outdoors full on. So I went to university, and then my anxiety changed from focusing on my business to focusing on uni. And I'm not the best learner. I've got ADHD.
When did you get diagnosed with that?
This year.
How has that gone since? I definitely want to get back into that before, but only because we had someone in here, I hope he's all right with me mentioning it, who was a fighter in the last PCR, and he was diagnosed mid-30s, and he, since being his diagnosis, he said he's 100% on what he used to be.
Yep. Yeah, because you could label it. You go, well, that is why I'm acting this way. That's why I can't sit still. You notice in my chair, I'm moving around all the time.
That's all right, mate.
But that's just, I can't sit still. I find it hard to, I can't sit down and watch TV. I find it hard to relax. My relaxing is go for a mountain bike ride or go for a run or, being on my block. I've got these little kid goats now that I'm looking after. So I'm out down there and I'm feeding them and sitting with them, relaxing with them. So it's, that's my relaxing time.
It's not a bad thing, though.
No, it's great. And I stay really fit because I can't sit still. I'm anxious. I've got ADHD. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to do something that makes me feel good, so I do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's just step back a little bit there. So, I'm talking about your final straw here with what it was. Yes. I think I need to get diagnosed with something. I got something wrong with me. Keep going with that. So, the final straw with it. So, you've gone around Australia, you've come back, you've started focusing on the university.
Yeah, which was really hard, but also really good. So, I did 6 months of that. 12 months of that. And at that time, I guess, I still wasn't focusing on my relationship, and a few things happened and we decided to split up. So, which was probably the best thing for us. I think we were just we grew apart in a way, and it was a great time. We were married, no regrets. We've got 2 beautiful kids, and she's happy, I'm happy. It's actually a really good amicable relationship.
Great.
And I think it was that going, okay, well, hang on, it's my ex saying I want to move out. That was it. Like, oh shit, I've got to hang on. It's like being hit in the nose.
Yeah.
You just go, oh, she's been trying to tell me for so long all these things that she needs, but I wasn't listening. And then by her saying I want to move out, I'm like, oh shit, hang on, I am doing something wrong. It's not me. It's not it's not her. It's not us. It's I need to listen. So yeah, so I sort of switched that thinking and go, okay, well, we've got to either work through this or work out of it. So that's what we did.
With relationship ending, often the fact that it's still amicable between you two is I think that's an extraordinary thing, because taking ownership of issues or possible faults, and like you said, listening, I think that is the key to understanding why things go wrong.
Yeah.
Often people will play the blame game, and it can turn relationships very nasty.
Definitely. And look, she made bad choices as well. I won't go into that, but it was, that was another factor in it as well, where, I chose not to live with that, and we're just better off apart. I could have got angry. I could have got abusive and yelled and screamed and jumped up and down, but what would that do?
It does nothing.
What would that do? I did have a lot of anger, which I would, go out to the garage and I'd punch a bag, until I fell over. I had a lot of counselling, and that was my best therapy, was to go to the garage and punch that bag, put angry music on, and it was good, really good. And look, I worked through it, and look, all things aside, we've got 2 beautiful kids that, need support from both of us. And if they see us fighting, if they see us hating each other, then what sort
it's
of
not good for anyone, is it?
No, it's not good. And, I'll drop the kids off and then she'll invite me in for dinner. We'll have dinner and have a catch up, and vice versa, and, catch up on each other. If we need help or she can't pick up the kids, I'll get them. So we've still got a relationship, but it's not, it's not together. Like, she's found someone else and so have I. And we're, we all went to a Christmas Carol thing together and sat on the same mat. Like, it's actually, she keeps saying we should write a book on separating because all the way
You're
through
doing something right there, man.
All the way through it, like, even with the house, the property, we, all our possessions, and we don't have a lot, but, we wrote out our possessions on cards and then just played a game where we swapped them. Like, I'll swap you the cat for the dog. Yep. Okay. I'll swap you this lounge for this fridge, and actually it worked out really well. And, the financial side, we just got some valuations done at the house and agreed on a number and paid her out. And yeah, it's actually really smooth. Like, I've had some friends, actually my closest friend, like, he went through a really hard time. He just got dragged through the courts just for custody of his kids and blamed for all these things that he didn't do. And it was a big fear of mine of it turning that way. But luckily we managed to keep it together and keep communicating. That was the biggest thing. If she was angry at me or frustrated with me for not signing something on time, or vice versa, she'd say, look, I'm frustrated. We need to get this sorted out. And I'm like, yeah, well, thanks for sharing that. I hear that you're frustrated. Let's, I apologise for not doing that on time. And I should have. I promise I did. I promise I would have. I didn't. So I'll do it. And just like, and vice versa. If I'm annoyed at her for whatever, I'll say, look, I need this from you. I need this sorted out, and it's good. It's actually better than it was when we were married. This communication.
It's that listening, though, isn't it?
Active listening.
That's the key.
It is. It really is. And I wish I knew it a long, long time ago. I really did. Really do.
A lot of people do discover that kind of stuff, though, later. Like, sometimes it is a little bit too late. But once again, what could you tell a 30-year-old version of yourself? That is the key. If someone can work that out, just send me a message, someone. If someone can work that out.
Slap in the face and just go, wake up. You don't have to be, earning all this money. All you need to do is be there, be present. That's it. That's all women want. Like, you hear the story of the miners going away, as in the husbands going to work on the mines.
FIFO workers.
FIFOs.
Isn't there divorce rate in FIFO?
Huge. They go away to earn the money, and they go away, and the wife is home alone and gets a bit bored, and they do what they do and make their choices, and the husbands are away to earn the big bucks, but in the meantime, their family's falling apart, and you can't buy that back.
No, they try to though.
Yeah,
try to buy it back with shiny stuff.
Yep, and you just find that you just spend it anyway. So, what's the point?
I'm definitely not judging anyone for working on doing FIFO. No, I'm saying I'm not.
Yeah.
But I look at it and I think that is the most, I suppose, dangerous situation to be in for relationships.
Yep.
Because if you're doing something like a 3 and 2, 3 weeks on, 2 weeks, I'm not sure if that's the normal roster, but 3 weeks she has to, if the female or one of the partners, whoever it is, stays at home, they've got to set up a life without them.
Yep.
And then someone's been working for 3 weeks away, comes back and wants to relax and almost wants time to themselves, wants to go out.
Yes.
It's just it's a system that's absolutely fraught with disaster, isn't it?
It is.
So people that can hold it together, good on them. They're doing a great job.
They are.
But it comes down to money. And it comes down to people putting these lives on social media about all this awesome stuff they're doing. And then you know the people and you go, your life is not as awesome as I'm seeing in front of me.
Yeah, that's it. But then you relate it back to, let's say, 50 years ago. All right, these fathers were going off to work on the mines for 6 months at a time, coming back for 2 weeks and going back for 6 months.
That's
6
a
months.
stint. 6 months.
6 months.
How did those marriages work?
They just did, because we're such a throwaway society these days that we'll just throw away that husband and get another one. That's just the mentality of, I don't know if I have experienced in a lot of my friendships with other guys who've been on the mines. They're like, well, they've just, I've gone away to earn this money, and all of a sudden I've come back and she's with someone else, and it's just, it's throwaway. It's like that disposable plate, just throw it away. It's dirty. It's not here.
So this disposable mentality has expanded into include people as well.
Definitely. They're not willing to work on what they have. So, that their washing machine's broken or there's something just needs a seal. They don't fix it, they just throw it away and get another one. Where, I'm all about, well, let's see if I can fix it. I'll fix it.
Oh, yeah.
Go for another 20 years. I guess I'm sentimental like that. I'll really work hard to keep something together, to keep it going, and throw nothing away.
Oh,
which
I'm in the same boat as you here, mate. I've worn the same shirt for 10 days. You probably smell it.
Is that what that is?
I had to wash my Gobsmacked, major sponsor. Yeah. There is actually a sponsor. I normally have their shirt on, not today. Well, that's an interesting story, mate. But you've come out of it, from what I'm hearing. What's a word I'm looking for here? The peace of mind and the awareness of your situation to go from where you were to where you are. You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, look, it wasn't easy, and there was a time where I planned to leave this planet. Yeah, it was my lowest point in my whole life. I was at home, I was writing an assignment for uni, and this was the time where we're separating. And
so this is only a few years ago.
Yeah, it was
Are you right to talk about this?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just share it, and it's part of my life that I own.
Yeah,
as my decision. So yeah, I was waiting for my ex to get home, but in the meantime, I was sort of told, I'm led to believe that I wasn't doing any good. I wasn't a good husband. I wasn't a good father. I wasn't good at anything.
Low self-worth?
Yeah, very low, very low. And, I was just so stressed out with uni, and I was at home with the kids, and my ex was out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what I'll do. The world's actually better off without me. I truly believed that this world is better off without me, and I'm actually doing the world a favour. So I planned it. I was going to... I won't even talk about it, but I planned it out, and I was happy. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I just need to wait for my ex to get home, to look after the kids, and I'll go for a drive, and I'll do it. And then within 10 minutes, I went, can I swear?
Oh, yeah, you can drop whatever you want, mate. You can.
I said, what the fuck am I doing? Why would I fucking do this to my kids? So I went upstairs, and I sat in their room and just cried. Just all out cried. There was the lowest point in my life. The anxiety set right in. My arms wouldn't move. I couldn't stand up. And I just cried. I heard my ex get home. She went to bed, and I just eventually just got up, went to bed. The next day, I jumped in the car, went for a drive, just to get out, just to go, and ended up in a car park in Welshpool, and I had a full mental breakdown. I just I don't know how long I was there for, but it was like a sad day. There's no one around. I just went from just went to water basically, and ever since that day, I've just got better and better. Every single day, I've made sure that those thoughts don't come into my head, and I don't even think about it. I don't even go there. I get better every single day. I do something every day that makes tomorrow easier for me, for my kids, for my life, and I make sure that I get better every day at a skill, at learning something, at fitness, at my mental state. Just talking to good people, calling up friends more often, just having a chat to them. And ever since then, I've gone from water to nothing, from dirt to, me. I love me. I really like myself. I think that I'm good. I have my flaws like everyone does, but I'm really happy with me. And that's, it's taken me a long time to get to that stage from that time back then. And if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't realise what I am, what I can do. And yeah, I own my decisions. I can learn. I can accept fault. I can say sorry. I can, I can be that man who owns it.
You're making me emotional here.
Oh, really? Sorry about that.
No, that is, God, that's to go from where you said you were to the person that I've met today. That is, it's a different person.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is. And then, look, I wish I went through this change a long, long time ago, because I had a really rough childhood. I grew up in a rough neighbourhood, always got beaten up like by Aboriginal gangs or Lebanese gangs, and we always had to, just fight to survive. Basically, it was hard.
Was that here in Perth?
Yeah, in Belga.
Okay.
And it was hard, and because I was always really small, always get picked on, always bullied. My parents put me through martial arts when I was 8.
Yeah,
I started that. It started to get my self-confidence up, but still felt like, second class from there. It was a challenging life, but it was good because I wasn't too proud to actually try and learn, to try harder. I was always underestimated and always just shone through. And now I realise that, hang on, I've actually done well. I've done, when I got diagnosed for ADHD, the doctor said, do I get medication? He asked me where I was in my life. He said, well, no, you don't need it. You're doing well. You're doing fine. With my house, my job, the way I organise my life, he said, you don't need it. You're good. So that's the, being underestimated for so long and actually working harder because of it. It has made me what I am today, but it has taken me a long time, a really long time to get here.
Well, it looks like you got a bright future, mate.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Just imagine where you're going to be in 10 years from now, huh?
Look, I don't know, but
as long as you're happy?
I know I'll be happy.
That's
I know
the
I'll
key.
be the best father I can be. I know I'll be happy. I know I'll be having my friends and family around me. I know that. And that's all I really want.
With the rates of things like depression and self-harm that we're seeing in this younger generation, if there was just something that and I know some people are doing some great things, but you just wish that there was some way that you could teach the kids at that, and I guess that's what you're doing on these adventure out camps.
Yep.
Because that's the key. Get them early, and they
Yep.
don't have to go through it.
Yep, definitely.
Whew. That was a big 1 hour 10 that we've been chatting, mate.
How's that?
It's been going. Gee,
wow.
That has been. Oh, are you? Is there anything else you keen to add to that mountain, or are you happy to? Should we move on to the PCR?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, mate.
Let's go. All right.
Oh, just need a bit of a break here now
tissue?
to process all this kind of stuff. Adventure Out PCR's coming up in 18 days.
Yes.
18.
18.
You've only got this week and next week of training, and then last week is the calm down, recovery, get prepped week.
Yep.
This has come around so quick.
It has. It really has.
So quick. Do you remember induction day? It seemed like yesterday.
It does. It does, yeah.
And now you guys are split off into the team, and the trash talk has started.
Yeah.
Are you excited about it? Nervous?
Excited. Yeah.
It's
Win or lose, look, it's a great event, great experience. Just go out and do my best, and I'm really excited about it.
This is an event, and I've only been thinking about this lately, this is an event where if you don't come away from the win, you still get so much out of it. It's not like people are in a boxing career and one loss can be the end of their career.
Yeah.
And if you've done everything that you can in the sense of training and learning, if you get in there, if for some reason you don't get the win, you still gain so much.
You do.
And there's been some of the happiest people that I've ever seen didn't get the win.
Yeah, right.
I can't. They're not happy they didn't get the win, but afterwards I was thinking, I hope these people are going to be okay.
Yeah.
And they are just on top of the world. I think Mongi's down there training with
Yeah.
you. Perfect example of someone he fought Trent, the Hood Pope Howard, and he didn't get the win. Great fight, by the way.
Yeah.
But the way he's reacted to it and the way that he has stayed involved is just a perfect example of what this event did for him.
Yeah, okay.
And I hope this is what it does for everyone. So,
Yes.
yeah, Outback Adventure Out, is your sponsor.
Yep.
How did these guys go? Obviously, you are Employee of the Month.
Yeah.
10 times running.
Yeah.
When it came time for the sponsorship, these guys were happy to jump on board.
Yeah, look, Terry, my boss, he's obviously all about, getting yourself out there, getting noticed, and doing things like this, doing events. Like we do charity events in the city, the Urban Descent abseiling events for charity.
So the one down
QV1.
QV1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And we do one in
Just
Sydney.
see a bit of that.
Yeah, one in Sydney, one in Canberra, and Brisbane as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was happy to jump on board and
Yep.
support you?
Yeah.
Nothing but support?
Nothing but support.
Sounds like a great company to work for.
It is. It's like every company that has its challenges, but it's a great company. It really is.
That's good. The reasons behind you applying for this, mate? Tell me.
Yeah, so I guess goal setting. So setting something in the future that I can work towards, that I have to work towards. It is pressure, and I love pressure. I just eat it up.
Pressure makes diamonds, mate.
It does. Look, getting in the ring and, getting beaten up is actually a really good driver to do something. Because if you get in the ring and you're not fit enough, you're not strong enough, you got to get smashed up.
You get towelled up in
Yeah.
front of 2,000
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
That's enough motivation.
It's not good. And it still may happen, but at least I'll go into it knowing that I've done my best.
Okay. You mentioned something in there that it said it's all part of not being a victim.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a bit better to me, please?
Look,
Not a bit better, sorry. Just elaborate on it a bit for me.
Yeah, I guess a victim mentality, that is someone who complains about their life, complains about their situation, complains about things that have happened to them, which, yeah, look, sometimes I have a control of, other times I don't. So, yeah, look, things have happened in my life that I have complained about, and I go, well, actually, no, I need to own that. Whatever's happened, stop complaining about it, get on with it, do something else. Just stop complaining, basically. Just suck it up, get on with it. And
Complain about it once, do something about it, or stop complaining.
Exactly. Exactly, yeah.
Someone did say to me, it was actually my brother, he said, we've won the DNA. If you're ever feeling not bad about yourself, but if you're ever complaining, he goes, just remember, we won the DNA lottery here. He said, we've been born white males in Australia.
Yeah.
And considering our lifestyle, considering, I guess, when you compare to other countries, we've got it so good.
We do.
We are so lucky.
We are.
And that's definitely not having to go at any other country, any other races or anything. That's not what I meant. But for almost ease of your life, like the hardships you got to face are going to be a lot less here than if you are born in some third world country where you are struggling every day.
Yeah.
So, geez. No boxing experience, but you are a black belt in Taekwondo.
I am, yeah.
When did we start the Taekwondo?
Oh, that was when I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you said when you were getting a bit bullied by
Oh, no, I started Japanese jiu-jitsu before that.
Okay.
So that is like a ninjutsu without the weapons, which is all about, wrist locks and throws and things like that, which is really fun. But yeah, Taekwondo, I wanted something more aggressive, more sport orientated. So I started competing quite a lot. And really loved that. I'd train all the time, 18, 19-year-old, not drinking, just training all the time.
Oh, you were focused. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a really good driver for me to be, that person who, I guess, it was actually quite hard. My friends are going out drinking. I'm driving and I'm just standing around watching my friends act like fools.
Right.
And then most of the time pulling them out of fights because they're drunk or whatever else. So it's, it was good to do that.
Having a history of or experience in combat sports, though, that's got to help you come April 22.
Yeah, look, I guess Taekwondo is the complete opposite of boxing. In Taekwondo, it's all legs. And you actually spar with your arms out by your side to tempt them to kick you in the head. So for me to keep my arms up is a real challenge.
How you think you're not going to throw a sly leg kick in there or anything, are you?
I felt like it, really do. I really do feel like it. But it's, I guess, as far as the ring orientation and being that fit for sparring or for the competing, I know that level that I need to be at.
Your fitness, what's that like at the moment?
Pretty good. I have been struggling with. I've been taking a few supplements that haven't been working for me, so just have to change that up a little bit. And you get old, aches and pains come along, and I'm fighting a guy a lot younger who doesn't have to worry about that. So
he looks quick.
He is quick.
It's a very different type of cardio, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You think you'll be fine? 6 minutes, mate. Piece go.
Yeah, 6 minutes of your life, eh?
I'm just commentating and I'm exhausted by the end of the 6 minutes. I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
The PCR crew, there are some characters in there from everyone, from the coaches to the staff to the organisers to the marketing team. Shout out to Chloe and Pim. Have you got any connections to any of the people in the PCR crew?
So just Trent from KY.
Trent.
So he is obviously the main sponsor. So Trent and I used to do building projects together.
He's a good man.
Great guy.
He's so funny.
He is a very funny man.
He is involved with a few people in this one because I had Phoebe in here yesterday.
Yeah.
Phoebe is in due to Trent, and I believe Steph Little is as well.
Oh.
Are they? I'm going to have a look. There is something here. Steph Little. No, Steph Little's red team.
Yeah.
But where's Phoebe? 2 red teams. Geez, I thought Trent was heavy on the blue team. I could be wrong there. You're blue team, aren't you? Blue, of course. Blue.
Yeah.
So Trent, how did Trent convince you to be part of this?
I didn't have to. I just applied for it. And then I sent Trent a message saying, look, apply for this, see what you can do. And he replied within 2 minutes, yep, you're in. I'm like, okay, great, let's do it.
The selection process. I don't know how they select the people. I've got an idea. I don't know if this is correct, but it seems like they will not choose the best 30 boxes. They won't choose the best 30 boxes. They won't choose the people that are going to sell the most tickets. They won't do that. They'll choose the people who are invested and are just good people.
Yeah.
And I think that is really obvious afterwards. That party that you have afterwards, you go, this is 30 good people here.
Yeah.
And it's pretty rare to get 30
good people.
Yeah,
it is.
And I haven't seen any I saw one drama many years ago, but that's due to something else. I'll tell you that off camera. But I haven't, I just can't believe that they seem to find 28, 30 quality people, all with their own story and all come together for this event twice a year now. They're doing something right in there, aren't they?
They are.
They are. Good on them. Good on. I put that down to Nige, not Glenn.
Yeah.
How's your diet going?
Yeah, good. Do
you have to be at a specific weight?
Yeah, around 80, 81.
Okay. What are you sitting on now?
Yeah, 81.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, that's fine,
You love it. Yeah. And Taft's about the same?
About the same, yeah.
Height-wise, what's the difference there?
He's got a bit more reach on me.
Yeah.
He's a bit taller, which would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You going to be all right with that, getting inside?
Look, I've always been a bit heavier in my weight range for Taekwondo anyway, so I've always fought tall people. I've always had to do what I do for tall people.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what.
It seems there is a little bit of a pattern I've seen with the actual fighters, whether you join you join the red team or the blue team and you change your style. But it does, from just my opinion, it seems like the blue team are the inside sort of nuggety fighters that really get in there and just turn it into a brawl.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen some of those names in there.
Yeah.
And the red team, it's almost like finesse versus like power. And that's not saying that any of the red team don't have power or any of the blue team don't have finesse. But it really, you can almost see who's going to be on what team due to that. Because you go through your list there.
Yep.
There are some big hits. That main event is going to be peachy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie Harvey against the Hitman Hitter.
Yeah.
Finishes off.
Breezy hits hard.
He hits extremely hard.
Jeez, I got a few of those last night.
But Ronnie can box.
Yeah, he can. Yeah.
That's going to be so interesting.
It'd be a good one.
That is good fights the whole way through.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about sitting in the middle?
Good. I think that's right. To go first would be challenging.
It's a big-ass Kerry against Carly Stokes.
Yeah.
It's going to be big. It's going to set the tone for the evening, I reckon.
It will.
Have you seen the point score overall for red versus blue?
No.
I think there's been about, 14 times 9? I don't know. My maths isn't great. Say there's been 110 fights. There's been a few more, a few less. From what I see, there's been 3 draws.
Okay.
And blue are up by 1.
Okay.
So it is that evenly matched.
Right.
Yeah, so it's definitely not someone's pulling ahead.
Yeah.
So we've got 15 fights here. So if red go 8 to 7 here, we're back on a tie.
Right.
How do you reckon? If you had to go through there, let me guess, 15-0 to blue? That's normally what the people say.
Yeah, I think blue will win everyone. Yeah, just yeah.
Everyone says... Everyone that comes in, because 15 fights is a lot of fights, normally 14.
Yeah.
So there's extra fight. Yeah, everyone normally comes in, 14-0 to me, Brad. Okay. That's what you think. Injuries. What have we got? You obviously got a bit of a sore schnoz today.
Yeah, just one of the girls punched me in the nose last night, which is...
The
Always
lies that come out of people's mouths.
I
Everyone
walked into a door.
Everyone is so honest with me at the start. As soon as you're separated into the teams, the lies come through. But you're not, it's just normal aches and pains?
Yeah, just for being old.
So you're 42?
43.
43?
Yeah.
How's the body adapted to this at 43? Because I've got a couple of years on you.
Okay.
Only a couple. I know I look young. Thanks for noticing. But how has that gone? Because our recovery isn't what it used to be.
No.
And we have to manage every little injury.
We do. Yeah, I guess it's knowing your body. Just if something's tweaking, stop. And then just stretch it out, work it out.
We used to just push through it.
Yeah,
bounce back in the morning. Peachy. Fine. So it's different. So there's no injuries. No. Just a bit of congestion. Just a bit of a cold.
Cold, yeah. A bit run down.
You don't appear to be a big drinker or party man from what you've said before, even during your late teens. Yeah. So you're off the alcohol altogether?
Look, I'll have a sip of red or white with dinner, but that's about it.
Oh, for its healing powers?
Yeah, it's good for you.
It is. That's what they say. That's what Horton's Winery told me.
I do enjoy a drink, like especially on a hot day after a big day of work. Just a cold beer.
Yep.
Nothing better.
Oh, it's got to have. I know everyone goes, I'm just off the alcohol altogether, but having something like, even as bad as cigarettes are, I have to weigh it up with what it actually does for you mentally compared to the damage it does for you physically.
Yeah.
So I don't see, because I know someone who comes back and they have one smoke a night, like they have one, and they've done this for as long as I've known them.
Yeah.
And they say it's not like I'm not hanging out for it all day, but at the end of the day, I'll have a beer and a cigarette.
Yeah.
And the mental side of things, it does him absolute wonders.
Yeah, right.
So you got to weigh that up, don't you?
You do. I think that's really important. Like mental health is health. It's like you got a sore arm or you got a sore back, you got a physio, you got poor mental health, you go see a psychologist or a counsellor. It's just like a different doctor, a different person to fix you. And if advice like having a drink and a smoke helps, great. As long as it doesn't become an addiction where it controls your life, then that's good.
As long as you don't need 40 breaks every day. That's when it becomes. Do you feel that mental health affects physical recovery?
Definitely. Mental health is.
I'm reading a bit about this lately, and I do see. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, the brain is such a powerful tool that controls so much. It controls everything in your body. Basically, it tells you to breathe, for your heart to beat. It does so many things that we don't really give it as much credit as we should. If your head's not in the right space, feeling a bit down, you don't train as well, you don't recover as well, and that's just fact.
Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to sort myself out a bit better. Yeah. I'm carrying a few injuries I've been carrying for a while.
Yeah,
it's a stress.
Look, mine over matter. Sometimes sometimes I'm feeling like really sore all the time, and I just go, well, I don't feel like training, but I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do a class with some old ladies at the gym, and just do like a boxing session down there. And I love it. Everyone's really excited and whatever. Makes me feel good. The endorphins come out, and I feel a lot better. It's just that mind over matter. You've got to get in there. You've got to do it.
Exercise.
Yeah,
that's the key.
Do it. Work hard.
That's what we've got to do, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. Changes to your weight and your strength. Obviously, the weight's staying about the same. I've spoken to a lot of the girls. They're either losing weight or staying the same. But I've noticed some massive physical changes on some of the fighters.
Yep.
How have you gone with strength and maintaining that weight?
Yeah, probably more. I've been doing more agility stuff where it is, cardio, where before it might have been more strength training. So my job keeps really fit. So riding a mountain bike with the Year 10 boys, I've got to be faster. I've got to be stronger. Whitewater kayaking, it's a test, a real test. But it's, more jumping around that I've been doing lately. It actually makes me feel lighter.
Okay.
Than
light on the toes?
Light on the toes, yeah, which is good. Less sort of weight stuff. just more so my own body weight, jumping around.
Just getting in shape, very specific for this event.
Yeah.
That's right, because you go in there with big muscles, that doesn't mean much, does
Doesn't
it?
help.
No, you look good, but then you end up on your back.
Yeah.
Mental changes. Obviously, mental health is a massive thing for you, which it should be for a lot of people.
Yep.
Do you actually feel better, more energy?
I do. Look, I've got a busy life. Like my girlfriend says I'm the busiest person that she knows. And that's true. Like, my job is very demanding, and I'm always doing something, and I'm trying to squeeze too much into every day. This is just another thing I've got to put in there. But it's actually given me a bit better focus throughout the day. And I'm training and I'm excited. Actually helps me, even though it's another thing that I need to do. My focus has grown, and I actually am more efficient, and I'm happier. You
don't ever feel like you're taking on too much?
Yeah.
You do?
All the time. Yeah.
That doesn't cause any issues with anxiety, or?
I just need to prioritise.
Oh, yeah.
I guess manage a team, and I need a good team around me, and I lean on them a bit to, all right, well, I'm going to put you in this place here to do that for me, or, instead. They obviously get paid for that, and, just to help me coordinate my day. I need to be back here doing something else, so it's just having good people around you to help. That's the biggest thing.
That is the key.
It is, yeah.
How is your family and friends taken to you getting in the ring doing this boxing?
Yeah, they're really excited.
Supportive?
Yeah, very supportive. So my sister, she did taekwondo for a long time too. Like, she's a 3rd Dan black belt now.
Your sister?
Sister, yeah. She's coming along with her husband. My mum was coming on, but she's struggling with a bit of cancer at the moment.
Sorry to hear that, mate.
Yeah, look, she's a very fit woman. Farm girl, wakes up at 4:30 every day for a walk, and doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't eat chocolate or fatty foods, just super fit. But this cancer's taken hold a bit, which has been a bit hard for us. And she did buy a ticket, but then just with the chemo, just can't quite make it. So she would have loved to see it. I think she'll probably watch it on the screen. But they're all really supportive. My dad, he sort of takes it or leave it. He doesn't really, he's always been one for me to stand up for myself, and I'd come home and I'll be beaten up by 3 or 4 guys, and I'll be bruised up, and he goes, well, just pick them off one by one. He's that sort of guy, but he doesn't really
old school kind
of. Old school, yeah, pick them off one by one. So he's fully supportive, but doesn't really want to go out. To see it, he'll see it on the screen as well. And friends, they're super excited. They're all coming along and support me, which is really good.
And the partner, how's she feel about it?
She's really good. Like, she goes, well, if they hurt you, I'm going to jump in there.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and she's great. Like, she's a female version of me. Like, she's always busy, always active. Like, she's got ADHD as well, and we train together. We help each other out. She's got 3 young kids, and I've got 2. We're both very busy, and we support each other as much as we can, which is good.
You've got 2 girls?
2 girls, yeah.
2 girls. Have you mentioned to the 2 girls what you're doing?
Yes, yeah.
How are they?
My eldest is a little bit nervous about it.
How old is she?
She's 10.
Okay. So she's fully aware of what's going to happen?
Yep. And my youngest, who is 7, she came along to training on Sunday, and she loved it. She thought it was great. I train them both in Taekwondo at home. I've got a gym set up in the garage, and they've been doing martial arts since they were 4, and just their own self-confidence and strength and whatever else. And, they love it. They think it's great. But I can really see the nervousness in my eldest child. Like, she's like, I hope you don't get hurt, Dad. I'm like, no, I won't get hurt. I won't get hurt.
They look after you. That's not me just saying that. That the coaches look after you.
Yeah.
Taff obviously isn't going to want to hurt you. He's going to want to win.
Yeah.
And the refs look after you as well. The refs do understand what this fight is. And if they're seeing something they don't like, I don't think anyone's going to get hurt.
No. And look, I've done studies on it through university about, I'd rather get in the ring than play football, because at least in the ring, you know where it's coming from.
Oh, yeah.
In football, it could be coming from any direction. So people talk about boxing and martial arts being so dangerous, but football is actually quite dangerous.
Aussie rules?
Aussie rules, yeah.
You get some horrific injuries in Aussie rules, don't you?
Yeah.
Especially that Sunday league kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where the ball's on the other side of the field. We've all seen those videos.
Yeah, we have,
Being a child of the 90s, not of the 90s, of the 70s, but we grew up during the 90s. Tell me what this walkout track's going to be, that it's going to get me pumped. What's it going to be?
Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the Jungle. I've got it ready. Let's have a listen. Are you going straight from the start as well?
Yes.
How good was this back then?
Oh, so good. So good.
Can anything replicate this music nowadays?
No.
Absolutely nothing.
No.
He was something else, wasn't he? How young is he?
Yeah, so young. Baby face. The hair.
This is great music. Is this what gets you fired up?
Yeah, that and old school rap, so NWA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Back when that was like today's rap and hip hop is
Shit.
Yeah, R&B. It's not what it used to be. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to your intro. I'm going to have to give you something really good to get you pumped up for that. And last up, mate, nickname. What do we got?
Drew the Machine McLaren.
Drew the Machine. The Machine, there has been one machine prior to you as well.
Okay.
It was Liv the Machine Strayleen, who I believe kicked off. She got a win over Marnie the Foss in, I think it was PCR 6. So she was a machine. She just kept going for 3 rounds. She did well, so she got the win. Yeah. Where'd the name of the machine come from?
Well, mate, Ricky. So he's a boxer.
Yeah.
And he just calls me the machine because I just keep going. We do pad work most Saturdays, a bit of sparring. And then in my life, I wake up at 5:30 every day and I'm flat out all day until get the kids to bed and I'm still going. So it's just the stamina. He says, you're like a machine.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Yeah.
That's what it goes.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
That's good. It's a fitting name.
Yeah, I think so.
That'll be good. So round 3, is that when you kick in? Is that when the turbo kicks in, starts to sort it out?
I'm pretty sure Taff would knock me out before then, but yeah, we'll see how we go. He's a good guy, Taff. I'm looking forward to fighting him.
It's funny, isn't it, fighting people that you're mates with?
Yeah, look, like when we were training all together, he was helping me out with some footwork and some, pad work and stuff. So it's he's a nice guy.
So afterwards, you think there's going to be no beef between you guys afterwards? No, you'll be fine.
Right,
the pool party the following morning, mate.
Yeah,
you guys will be. He's staying at the Crown, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Be 1 night, 2 nights?
2 nights, yeah.
2 nights, you and the missus?
Yeah.
Kids?
No kids. No kids.
A romantic getaway. I like the sound of that.
Be great.
The morning after, there's obviously going to be a come down after such a great event. Have you got some things in place to help you ease back into normal life with the belt?
With the belt. Yeah, I guess, it'll take me a while to figure out where to put the belt first.
Oh, okay.
In the living room or upstairs, or I don't know. I'll figure that out. It might take me a while, but then get the tools out.
Just strap it to the front of the car.
Yeah. Look, I guess with my work, we always have this come down. So there is, the forming, norming, storming, transforming, and then mourning. So we mourn every time we leave a school group. It's like, oh, those kids are awesome. Like, we're going to miss them. Or we've got a great team at work. We all come together for this program. There could be 6, could be 10 of us. We all get along really well, tell really bad jokes, and then all of a sudden we go, and like, oh, that's sad. Like it's that mourning stage where we do come over.
So you've gone through this process 100 times.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're in a great position.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Have you got any advice to people who maybe don't realise it yet until they will realise it the following day, how they can work through, I suppose, the come down of such an event? Because there's some young'uns in there. Not saying that the young people, they're going to struggle with it, but I have seen in the past there have been some people that have been lost in the weeks following this PCR.
Okay.
Any advice for these people?
Treat yourself like a king or a queen.
Okay.
Be a king or a queen for the day or for the week. Do whatever you want to do. Buy that coffee. do that thing that you want to do. Spend the money. You've earned it. You should be proud of yourself. Get out there and do whatever you want to do. Talk to friends. Reminisce. Bask in the glory of the win, or talk about the fight, and it will slowly die down, and you'll step back to normal life.
Because it is an achievement.
It's huge.
It is massive.
It's
I
huge.
still don't think people realise what it is to get in the ring and fight.
It's huge.
Massive.
It's the biggest test of endurance and stamina and heart that you'll ever experience. I've done mountaineering in France, and that is hard. That is really hard. Really big test of mental strength more than anything else. But then in the ring, you're thinking so much. But meanwhile, you're thinking you're getting hit, and you've got to hit them back. And then you're thinking, okay, what are they doing next? And then you're getting tired, you're getting hit, and you're sore, and you're exhausted, you want to throw up, and all these things are going through your head. It's a big test, a really big test. It's I think no matter how many times you do it, you'll still go through that same process of, look, do I really want to be here? This is hard. It's always hard. You go into it as fit as you want to be, but you get in there and you go, well, this is hard. It is hard. If you're not finding it hard, you're not trying hard enough, or the opponent's too easy.
I think everyone, not everyone, but there are some people that are a little bit worried about the family and friends that have come along. They don't want to disappoint, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone in the crowd with the person they're supporting if they didn't get the win.
Yeah.
They're not disappointed. They're proud.
Yeah.
And I hope all the fighters from this one and all the previous ones realise how much that they are admired by their friends for being able to do this. Because some people talk a big game but would never get in there.
That's right.
Yeah, like me. One day, maybe.
Next year.
One day, maybe. I don't know who that match me up against Glenn. Sort him out. Mate, that's about it.
Okay.
Just shy of 2 hours.
Wow.
We've gas bagged. It
We
goes quick, doesn't it?
That was fun.
Yeah, it's
Thank
great.
you.
That's great. I'm glad you did decide to come in here,
Me
mate.
too.
I know you
Me
weren't
too.
too sure with that nose, but from that door that you walked into.
Yeah. You got to watch those doors. They just jump out in front of you, and all of a sudden, if you don't have your hands up, smack.
Mate, thank you very much for coming in. That was very entertaining, and that was great to hear about how you've managed to come back from where you were to where you are.
Yeah.
Fight is only 18 days away now.
Yep.
I want to wish you all the best from the fight. And if you ever did want to come back in here to give me an update later, you are more than welcome to come back in at any time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time, mate, and I will see you on the night.
Will do. Thank you. Bye.